Just a second update on the Onan project. This is the one me and my son Callum have just finished doing and restored. We've re-lapped and ground the valves because when we first got it, it had no compression on this cylinder at this side because one of the valves was stuck. As we were spinning the engine over, we realised it had no spark, and then we found the points, which are a bit weird because they're actually in that box there, and that screw on the top of it in the actual black cap is where you can adjust the points with the tiny screwdriver itself. Whilst we was cranking it over, we did realise what the red counters count actually in seconds, so it's actually only done 281 hours from new. When we took the amps gauge out, on the back of it, it was signed off from a sergeant in 1982. So I'm not able to really date this unit, but I know it's pre-1982 just because of the signature which were changed on the amps gauge itself. We have primed the fuel up, the fuel is on, we've got a bit in the metal can itself. We are in a ventilated cellar with extractor fans, by the way, and we're not going to be running it for that long. We're just checking basically to see if we've got running evenly on both sides and it's sparking on both sides. We've spun it over with no plugs in, the army issue plugs. To be fair with you, they're not actually plugs, they're a sealed unit themselves. They're not like the normal type of spark plugs.
Yeah, not spark plugs.
We've been cleaning the brass up as we can in the copper because it was actually pretty disgusting when we've got it. Done a bit of basic rewiring behind there just to get it to spin over on the electric start again. We're using a Robin Reliant kitten exhaust and clamps. If you remember over our further videos, that was the AA lister Petter we've got and done. The Atco mower we've got and done. We're in the process over there of still doing one, but we're waiting for the piston rings for that one itself. This is our little cello type of workshop where me and my son hang out when we're bored. Back to what we were doing though. This unit is actually really cool. It holds 3 litres of oil, by the way. I put a litre in it and it didn't even touch the bottom of the dipstick. I was like, hey up. It does charge the battery up and it can also warm the oil up because it's got the sump preheater on it as well. You can actually connect 2 of the generators together if you did have a second one, and that would enable you to commit to 3-phase power. I'm hoping that we've got enough juice in the battery to whirl it over, because we've been whirling it over to make sure we had a good spark on both its cylinders, plus we had to make sure we was getting good oil pressure before trying to go for a start up. The unit itself's only got 281 hours on it from new, and the amps meter was changed in the 80s, so I'll go around and give you the serial numbers of it, and if anybody knows the actual date of when it were made, please feel free to comment when.
I think something to do on that plate.
Yeah, me too. It's just actually reading it, but I don't know if we can get a good...
I think it's that one at the bottom. I'm not sure if you'll be able to read it. You can read it if you want.
That's where you put the oil in and check the oil. That's where the cup and filter is. It's actually an oil bathed air filter. When we took it off to clean the carb and removed I expected to find a filter element itself in there, but it wasn't. It was actually some wire mesh, and as it went down the tube along to the bottom of the tube, when we got down to the bottom, there's a reservoir of clean untouched oil with wire mesh. So if that's anything what you could date it on, it's 281 hours from brand new, and we're just in the process of cleaning up all the brass and copper work.
It's really nice.
There's the fuel balls. The fuel's now on and the tap is on and primed. We've tickled it a little bit with the pump itself. I'm not expecting it to fire straight off. I'm expecting it to spin over, and then I'm going to shut it down and we're going to plug the lamp into it. And funnily enough, behind them is actually 240 volts standard sockets, no 3-pin. Well, it is a 3-pin as I say, but standard Bakelite socket.
For both of them as well.
And that's for both of them, you see. We'll leave that one off there, Callum, on left, because we'll use that to plug the lamp in, but we'll plug it in after we've started it up and shut it down.
We can shut a break or something.
Right then, let's get them.
I'll stand here.
And there's my dodgy hand there.
It's a little bit loud.
Hopefully not now though, because
I did fire it up and it wasn't that loud, but it is still kind of.
well, yeah, we fired it with no exhaust on, just to make sure it fired. So let's connect up the battery then.
When you start it, I'll take my fingers out and see how loud it is.
It should be alright now, because it's actually got an exhaust on. So just checking everything over. We do have a bit of amps, so that's good. Spinning over, let's make sure you've got a good view.
Good.
Well, let's go for it then. Turn the choke on. Get a bloody way. Oh, 240 volts. Running sweet. We have 240 volt power. We have all the gauges working. We also have good oil pressure in producing power. Go switch that switch down for us, Callum. Yeah, push it and hold it down. So we know, jumps straight into life easily. We've got 240 volts straight out of the socket. It's actually nice and quiet.
Now,
We can't run it for long because we're actually in a cellar, but like I said, it is ventilated and the extraction fans are on at present.
also the smoke alarms.
Yeah. So that is us Onan military project update. If anybody knows the year of it, please feel free to comment. Just have a wander around our little workshop. There's the AA lister we've rebuilt. That's the Atco 50s, which we've also rebuilt. This is a bit of junk we were just collecting off of eBay itself. This is also just been done and repaired. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and see which project we'll get hold of next. Possibly a live steam locomotive. Hopefully. Please like, please subscribe, please enjoy. Thank you and goodbye.
See ya.
Stay wave. Bye bye.